Can you even say nigga? I'm just doing like a 1, 2, 4 take. Do I look good? Do I look great? Do I look good? Hey, do I look great? Do I look good? Do I look great? So I'm bad, Lil John. Exercising, baby, this a pill run. Cook a bitch, fuck her, make her feel young. Got a nigga, but I fuck her like she mine. Ayy. What's up, YouTube? It's Kinfo, and I'm here with a video. I was gonna say back with another video, but honestly, this is my first video. I'm gonna tell a story time. This is not gonna be a story time channel, okay? I have a lot of stories. I will like give you guys the juice, the deeds, the whatever y'all want to know. But this will not be a story time channel. I will do a lot of stuff on here, but I do have a lot of stories for you guys. So I'm just, you know, giving that as like a disclaimers. And I already got a name for y'all. I'm gonna call y'all my kinfos because they call me Kinfo and y'all my kinfos. Get it? That's corny. All right, whatever. So this is gonna be a story time about my breakup. I don't know what I'm gonna title it, but it's a crazy ass story, and honestly, I'm telling it because I'm over it. This happened like, I want to say like over a year ago, and honestly, I'm telling it from my perspective. It's gonna be straight facts though, but from my perspective, and I don't give a nobody feel about it. So yeah, and I'm gonna use code names. I'm not gonna put nobody's in there. I'm not gonna give nobody, no hoe, I don't need them to feel like, you feel me, no clout, no relevance, no nothing, period. Out of here. Okay, so for starters, I was with this girl named, I'm gonna name her, I'm gonna give y'all a backstory. So I was with this girl named Jade. We gonna call her Jade. So boom, I knew Jade from like around because we like party a lot as kids. So I've been knowing Jade since I was like, I want to say like 12, 13, but it was just always like a high and by situation. So one day, me and my friend, I'm gonna just say her name, me and my friend at the time was my best friend Nyla. We were at her house chilling. So Jay's Snapchat pops up and I watch it, and Nyla was like, hey, Jay kind of cute. And I'm like, oh gosh, she is. And then she was like, I bet you won't get her or whatever. And I was like, bet I do. And I hit her up, she gave me her number, and we started talking from there. So she started off as a bet that I should have never took on to, but whatever. So me and her start talking. We eventually start hanging out and stuff, but at the time I was still talking to this other boy, and we gonna call him John Doe. So I was still this boy named John Doe at the school that I went to, but I was like really into her too. But I wasn't about to choose up, you feel me? Like, I'm in the 11th grade. I don't gotta choose up if I don't want to. But Jay had somebody at the school that she called her brother. Somebody was watching me because she would text me certain stuff, and they'll be like, how the fuck do you know that? And then I end up finding out who the boy was, and he was like, yeah, she sent me to watch you, this, and that. And I'm like, oh, this girl really like me, okay. So me and John Doe end up not working out. I could give y'all a whole story on that. We end up not working out, so I end up leaning more toward Jade. So basically what happened was, it was like this whole rumble. Rude ass. Sorry, y'all. So it was like this whole rumble that I was in, like this whole rumble. I got kicked out of the school. I moved to Orange County, and me and Jade was still other. But Orange County ended up not working out, so I ended up coming back to LA, and then we were just like hanging out all the time, and from there we were like inseparable. So as time go on, everything like going good. Like, she whining and dining me, she taking me out, telling me, baby, you ain't gotta worry about it, like she paying for everything. And I'm just like, oh, this is trying to impress me. Like, okay. So everything's going well, and it starts to get like, I swear to God, it wasn't until we finally did something for real, shit started getting rocky. Like, me and her didn't do nothing until like almost a year into us like talking or dating or whatever you want to call it. So the first incident is, I caught her texting this boy, and I would never forget the message, because first of all, the green message is like, okay, I don't have to say too much, but like, and the nigga said something about like her sucking his And she basically was like, no, like, I'm not doing that. And it just wasn't even that. It's like the simple fact that we together all the time and you're sitting here texting me, texting this, like, but you telling me that you want to be with me, blah, 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 blah. Then another incident, we out at dinner and I see her ex name pop up on Snapchat and it's like, okay, you keep trying me, like, whatever. But I was like so in love with her and so blind. Like, I was just taking this shit, like, whatever. Like, she just gonna choose me. Yes, dumb bitch mentality. So all that, it was just like incident after incident. Then I found out some more shit. I ain't gonna say too much because at the end of the day, like, that's her business. But I started finding out like more and more shit. And then we had a mutual friend. Me and the mutual friend stopped being cool because it's like, you're trying to act like you rooting for us and you on my side, but the whole time you setting her up with people, like, just basically weird ass shit that I get a beat up. But anyway, yeah, all that shit was just, it was just like stuff after stuff after stuff. And it was just like, I was just taking it being a dumbass. Like, not for long, no, not for long. Okay, I was dumb, but I wasn't dumb. So that's just a backstory of what everything was happening. So as years, like, we was together for 4 years. So as time started to progress, I started doing my own shit too. Cause it's like, all right, I'm not about to be stupid. I'm finna get my lick back. Like, I gotta get, so I got every single lick back and don't care. Not gonna act like I'm innocent. I got every single lick back. I did stuff to boost my ego. I never used my get back though. Like, if I wanted to do something, I was gonna do it off the strength of me wanting to do it. But just know I did some shit that I hurt a bitch and it worked. So, like, that's just basically, I feel like her shit was low-key tit for tat. Not more so on her end, but my end, because I really feel like she couldn't control it. Like, something's really wrong. I can control it, but I did it because it's like, I know I could hurt your feelings, so I'm gonna do it. Feel me? And then we decided, so, okay, the last year, let's fast forward to the last year, 2020. I found out about 3 girls that she had sexual encounters with, and it made me so mad because one of the girls I actually knew. Like, a long time ago, we was friends. It wasn't even that. You feel me? Get it how you live. Like, at the end of the day, we wasn't close no more. It was over with. It just was the simple fact that you knew we was together. And it wasn't even just that. You brought me up to her. I remember she told me, like, oh, we gonna call the girl. Damn, this name shit hard. Deja. We gonna call the girl Deja. So I found out that she basically like had encounters with Deja, and I guess she wanted to get back with me. So me and her had got back together, and she basically told Deja, like, hey, me and my girl back together. Well, she didn't tell her. Deja seen her post me, and Deja was like, oh, you with Kennedy, blah 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 blah. And that's what pissed me off. Don't bring me up to the next bitch. I don't care if you feel like you have to bring me up and ask questions. You know you shouldn't be doing it. And that's what set me off. Like, that just was just like, oh, you know I'm in the picture and you still want to do weird ass shit. All right, I'm gonna show you what I'm about. Like, that's what it was. So I DM'd her. Sure did. Don't care. Like, I've never DM'd nobody over nobody, but that shit had me hot. Like, bitch, you don't bring my name up in no conversation. Like, you thought she wasn't gonna tell me type shit or whatever. So me and her had little words back and forth, but she's scary. I'm not the type to punk no. So I left it as that. Then I left it as that. Me and her was kind of like talking, but not talking. But one day, my homegirl Morgan FaceTiming and was like, hey, so while I'm getting my hair done and Deja talking about she should have had Jade pay for her hair or like pay for her braiding hair or whatever. So that ticked me off. Like, oh, you still lying. Like, oh, okay. So I FaceTime Jay, almost said her name. I FaceTime Jay, and I'm outside my homie Shane house. I had to walk out, and I'm just yelling like, you a weird ass, you a liar. I said, watch this though, like, on my soul, watch this, watch what I do. You want to do that? We finna do it. So I ended up going out that night for my friends. They had like a little Airbnb, and she ended up being there. And she keep trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, no, get on my face. Like, I hate that fake ass shit. Like, you know you did something, you trying to be up in my face. No, go be in that whole face, period. Get out of mine. So I took it upon myself to basically, her ex, right, the one that I caught messenger her from Snapchat was there, and he was on it, like, no cap, on it, whatever. I took it upon myself to entertain it. So since that's what we want to do, I'm going to entertain it. So I entertained it. We hugged. Like, it was kind of an intimate hug, and like he grabbed my butt, and I knew she seen it. And it just made my ego just shoot through the roof. It was just like it was just like an adrenaline rush. Like, yes, like, do all this stuff to me, I got you on that. That ended up happening. She was still trying to talk to me, whatever. I'm still ignoring it. Like, bitch, get out of my face. Like, I don't care. So we end up getting kicked out the Airbnb. Everybody go to the beach, right? We at the beach. She's still trying to talk to me and explain the situation. And what was making me mad, it wasn't even explaining the situation. It was like, you can't even keep it real. Like, you already caught. You can't even keep it real. You been fucking with this bitch. You been at her house and everything. Like, you don't even think I know the whole rundown. Like, you been with this
straight
girl. Like,
creeping.
Stop being in my face, lying and trying to make it seem like what it's not. And I'm tired of hearing about you and this bitch. Stop talking to me. And that's basically what I said. I said, if you keep talking to me, I'm gonna smack the shit out you. I was so hot. Like, you feel me? I'm drunk. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk. Leave me alone. So she get mad and was like, all right then, you stupid ass hoe ass blah blah blah. So that kind of put me up, like, ho, we don't want to go there. So I'm like, you mean, ho? Like, how you mad at me because you over here screwing around with somebody else and then trying to make it seem like it's not that? I don't like no weak, scary bitch. Like, that was weak, that was scary, that was low of you. Like, knowing how he was, I didn't expect that from her. Like, at the end of the day, we supposed to keep it real with each other, and you didn't do that. So that made me feel some type of way. So her friend, now it's all her friends right there. So now I think you trying to be funny, and I think you trying to show out, but I'm the one that's gonna show up and show out for free. Okay? So she said something about, yeah, you a hoe, blah blah blah. You probably a him. And that made me mad, because on my soul, even if I was to, which I wouldn't, because I could have, even if I was to, it would never be because of you. I don't use my to get back. It ain't never that deep. So soon as she said that, I just whoop. So now we fighting. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, we fighting. And her friends is screaming my name. The homie 2K was yelling, like, trying to get us, like, away from each other, because her friends never see me like that. Like, they'll see her, like, antagonize me and do shit, and not just, like, let her do it, or I'll cry about it, get an attitude, and get over it. But this time, like, I wasn't having that shit. Like, bitch, you done had me up for too many years. I'm finna show you what I'm really about. So we fighting. We end up on the floor. We fighting. We get up. Her friend trying to break it up, and I'm like, you touch me on my soul, I'm gonna sock you. Like, you feel me? Like, any of you could get it at this point. So we fighting. So she's hot. She walking up the little hill, and she trying to get at my homegirl Morgan. Like, I want to fight you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. Why you want to fight my homegirl Morgan? Because if it was vice versa, your homegirl would have told you about what you did, and that's just what it is. You're not about to fight her. No. So that started making me mad again, and I started taking off on her again. And all you hear is, Kennedy, stop. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like, I was handing them to her, like, and it was just so much built up aggression, so much anger, so much hurt. Like, out of all people, you gonna do me like that? So we fighting. I'm gonna put a clip in for y'all. You can't really see everything, but I'm gonna put a clip in for y'all. So we fight. Or whatever. And they basically talking about the police there. I'm not letting up. It took like 10 people to grab me, like, to stop from hitting her. And Mind you, I was mad because I wasn't even mad. I was mad afterwards. I had just got that shirt. I had blood all over my shirt. My shirt was ripped. I was irritated, but in the moment, I felt proud. I felt like I finally stood up for myself. I walked off smiling because it's like, don't play with me. So my cousin put me in a car. They stood in front of the car, didn't let me go because they knew I was gonna fight again or whatever. I finally get to my car. I drive off. I am bawling. Like, I felt bad that I did that. Like, I felt bad that I did that. Not even just did that to her. I also felt bad that I did it in, like, front of all those people. Oh, and I skipped the part. After me and her fought, I was ready to fight one of her homegirls because her homegirls always trying to, like, I just feel like because she a hoe, she want everybody to be a hoe with her, or she must have liked her, but they try to say they cousins, whatever. I don't care. So that's just how I felt. And I'm like, she like, Kennedy, we could talk about this later. And I'm like, fuck that, I'm tired of talking. Which one of y'all friends need that? Okay. So I left. So basically, I'm crying. Her sister called me. Happened. I was like, I had to beat your sister up. Like, I'm tired of her shit. She just does way too fucking much. And I was just going in, and I just hung up the phone because it's like, it ain't nothing to explain. Like, y'all know what y'all sister do. Like, it ain't even nothing to explain. Y'all knew this was coming. How cool I be playing shit. So I get to wherever I'm going, meet up with somebody else or whatever, and this person don't like her and she don't like him, and now I don't like that either, but that's besides the point. So I meet up with him. He thinks it's funny, so that sent me up the wall even more. Like, that sent me up the wall even more. She calls me, she's screaming through the phone, B, I'ma kill you, da 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 da, just going off. And I'm like, come kill me then, come kill me if you need that again. Pull up with whoever you want to. Like, we going back and forth, yelling at the top of my lungs. And then she does some shit that she knew was gonna get under my skin. She posts a video with her and a girl kissing on Twitter. When I say I damn near, like, my heart fell to my ass, like, oh, okay, like, now it's real. Like, no matter what we do, me and her, like, never really took shit to the internet. We never, even if we was fucking with somebody, like, we never popped out with nobody. We never, and it's like, oh, you popping out, all right. That sent me up the edge. Don't do drugs, kids. I took something, I'm not gonna say it on here because I don't know if I can, but I took something the next day. I took 3 actually, and I was on my way to my friend Shane's house to drop something off. He told me not to drive, but I still did. And I fell asleep behind the wheel, crashed into a parked car, damn near flew out my windshield, airbags deployed, almost went to jail. But luckily, I used to work at this medical shop, and the twins, they tow shop was right there, so he talked the police out of taking me to jail, and he took me. Guess who the fuck picked me up from the scene? Yes, Jay. And he said she was disrespectful. Like, mind you, I had just got that car, paid it off, everything, totaled it. So the twin said that she came to get me and she was just being disrespectful, grabbing me, snatching me up, throwing me like you a dumbass bitch, this and that. You know, the usual disrespectful. Like, she ain't never really had no respect for me. Like, to be honest, I don't know what now that I think about it, I'm disgusted with myself that I even let somebody treat me like that. But she come get me. I remember little parts because I was like sleep, then up, then blacking out, then up. So we went to her mom's house and her mom asked what happened. So we both yelling at the top of our lungs, trying to explain what happened. And I'm just crying, like, I'm tired of shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm done, I don't care. And her mom was like, this is toxic. Like, Kennedy, you need to just leave the situation because she know how her fucking daughter is. So her daughter ended up taking me home. I ended up sleeping for like 2 days. I woke up the next day. I don't have my phone. Mind you, we're on the same phone bill. I don't have my phone. And then I call her from my mom's phone, like, bring my phone. She's like, no, you was DMing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you worried about me DMing and you got a whole bitch that you been fucking with, a bitch that you just popped out with, a bitch that you just making it seem like you so happy with. Why do you care? Like,
a bitch that you been fucking with, a bitch that you just popped out with, a bitch that You just making it seem like you're so happy with. Why do you care? Like,
So my mom finally convinced her to bring my phone back. So she comes, bring my phone, and she like, like, look at my nose, look what you did. I'm sorry, I'm gonna give you your time, but I want to get back together and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, no, no, like, no, I'm scarred. Like, no. And she just like, no, I'm just like, no, like, and she like, okay, I'll just give you a few months or I'll give you a year, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. I don't want to get back with you though, but maybe in a year. I said maybe in a year. So she left, whatever, we don't talk. I was pretty much heartbroken. I was sad. I didn't go to school for like 4 days. I was ready to drop out of college. I was close to like the administrator and we talked about everything, and she like, look, I know you're going through stuff, but you're such a great student, you're doing so well. If I see anybody succeeding, you're for sure one of the students I see succeeding. Like, don't let nobody stop you from, like, what you're working toward. And I thought on that for a few days. I really want to thank my friend Shani. Like, he'll have me come over and we'll talk about it. Or if I just text him or something, he'll reply. Or if I FaceTime him, he'll talk to me. Or we'll go out and drink and stuff so I don't think about it. Like, he was just such an amazing friend. I lost 10 pounds. As you guys could see, kind of. I'm very small, so imagine me 10. Actually, okay, at the time, I was like 118. I'm 125. So imagine me 118, but I lost 10 pounds. So imagine how little I look. I look sick. Like, me and her mom end up hanging out, and she was like, whoa, like, Kennedy, like, you need to get it together. Like, I know you hurt. I know, but you got so much going for yourself. Don't let that. Like, one thing I like about her mom, like, wasn't biased, and she just was, I feel like nobody really understand our dynamic but her, because I'm like the more turned up person, and I do shit and I do it out loud. And Jade was more of the like throw rocks and hide her hands and make it seem like somebody else did something to her. And so everybody always thought it was me, but it really was her, and she know her daughter. So yeah. So we were out, we was talking, whatever. That happened. And then I want to say, what happened after that? Yeah, like, I just had to basically like get through a heartbreak, and it was like tough as shit. Like, I really wasn't going back to school, was just like, wow, like trying to get my weight back. Me and her had went to a therapist together, and I had to book a therapy session with her and go. And Jade was texting me and stuff, talking about, oh, like, she just do stuff to get under my skin, like bother me, with me. Like, girl, I'm already going through enough. You put me through enough. I'm broken, like, and you just keep causing drama. And like, I really have relationship PTSD. Like, you keep, she was like, oh, I need to go to your therapy sessions with you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, why would I have you come to my therapy session for something for me? You're not the one that's all heartbroken and stuff. I am. Or if you are, I can't tell. Like, you in a whole nother, so I went to therapy. Even the therapist was like, girl, you look different. Like, you look just so. My friend Erica was also there for me. I don't even smoke weed. She had me smoking weed. We woke up drinking liquor like early in the morning, having a smoke sessions. And that's one of my friends. We could like talk about anything. And then after that, y'all, a lot of shit happened after that. Tell me if y'all want a part two, because this relationship really didn't just end there. Like, it ended, like, as far as us like being together and like, but some other shit happened. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend only if you want to. And I'll be back in the next video.